Unable to persuade India to sign on its Belt and Road initiatives, China has entered the Indian market through venture investment in startups and penetrates the online ecosystem with its popular smartphones and their applications. India may have sidestepped the physical corridor but has unwittingly signed up for the virtual corridor. China quietly has created a significant place for itself in India in the last 5 years in the technology domain, according to a research by Gateway House. The Belt and Road Initiative carries with it Chinese products and standards, both virtual and physical. India may have sidestepped the physical corridor but has unwittingly signed up for the virtual corridor, the study notes. Over the course of 1 year, Gateway House has conducted a deep study of Chinese investments in India as part of a larger research project on Chinese investment in India's neighborhood. The findings are remarkable. 18 of the 13 Indian unicorns have a Chinese investors. This means that China is embedded in Indian society, the economy, and the technology ecosystem that influence it. As per the study, Chinese tech investors have put an estimates $4 billion into Indian startups, such as their success that over the 5 years ending March 2020, 18 of India's 30 unicorns are now Chinese funded. TikTok, the video app, has 200 million subscribers and has overtaken YouTube in India. Alibaba, Tencent, and ByteDance rival the US penetration of Facebook, Amazon, and Google in India. Chinese smartphones like Oppo and Xiaomi lead the Indian market with an estimated 72% share, leaving Samsung, Apple behind. Giving the reasons for China's tech depth in India, the study notes that this is because there are no major Indian venture investors for Indian startups. China has taken early advantage of this gap. Alibaba's 2015 investment in 40% of Paytm, a digital payments platform, paid off barely a year later when in November 2016. The government of India demonized its larger currency notes and simultaneously promoted a move to a cashless economy. Paytm benefited from Alibaba's superior fintech experience, which it applied to India seamlessly, making it a dominant player. Also, China provides the patient capital needed to support the Indian startups, which, like any other, are loss making. The trade off for market share is worthwhile. For China, the huge Indian market has both retail and strategic value. Therefore, companies like Alibaba and Tencent have different consideration and horizon for their investments. In contrast, Western venture money is mostly through funds like Sequoia and SoftBank. In India, China tech giant companies and venture capital funds have become the primary vehicle for investment in the country, largely in tech startups. This is different from other emerging markets where Chinese investments are mostly in physical infrastructure. Chinese FDI into India is small at $6.2 billion, but its impact is already outsized given the increasing penetration of tech in India. China's various investment in other emerging markets countries is mostly in physical infrastructure. China funding to Indian tech startups is making an impact disproportionate to its value given the deepening penetration of technology across sector in India. TikTok, owned by ByteDance, is already one of the most popular apps in India, overtaking YouTube. Xiaomi handsets are bigger than Samsung smartphones. Hawaii routes are widely used. These are investments made by nearly 2 dozen Chinese tech companies and funds led by giants like Alibaba, ByteDance, and Tencent, which have funded 92 Indian startups, including unicorns such as Paytm, Byju's, Oyo, and Ola. Unlike a pod or a railway line, these are invisible assets in small size, rarely over $100 million, and made by the private sector, which does not cause immediate alarm. All this adds up to just 1.5% of the total official Chinese FDI into India. This does not cover investments made by funds based out of Singapore and elsewhere, where the ultimate owner is Chinese, so the actual investment in India will be higher.